All right, y'all, we're going to take a look at this Boudoir Facebook ad, see if we believe it has, we're going to diagnose it, see if we believe it has BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome. And Boudoir low click syndrome, BLCS, is when the unique CTR all of our Boudoir Facebook ads is under 6%. So this means fewer than 6 out of 100 women are clicking anywhere on our ad. And we care about this because if women are clicking anywhere on our ad, that means they didn't simply scroll on by and our ad actually entered their brain. And we care about that because if our ad enters their brain, that's literally the only chance that they will ever buy from us. So we got to get this number up as high as possible, above 6% easily. Anything below 6%, we got some big problems. That's because unique CTRL under 6% is not normal. It is actually the symptom of a deeper root cause. And that deeper root cause are the three quick mistakes. We'll talk more about those toward, near the end. We also know that a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with BLCS is a Boudoir low-click advertiser, a BLCA. So we're building up our universe here. We got a BLCA with BLCS is caused by the three pre-click mistakes. Easy to solve though. BLCS is treated with Boudoir pre-click optimization, aka Boudoir Pico. Treatment takes about a week, and this is something we invented. We keep the original Boudoir Facebook ads as they are. We duplicate them, and we actually treat the duplicated Boudoir Facebook ads. Now, once treated with Boudoir Pico, we now have pre-click alignment. So we get rid of the three pre-click mistakes. We achieve pre-click alignment. And pre-click alignment activates Boudoir Brain Entry Boost in our Boudoir Facebook ads. Basically, we get our unique CTRL above 6%. And a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with Boudoir Brain Entry Boost is a dominant Boudoir advertiser, a DBA. So this is our full universe here. A BLCA with BLCS is caused by the three pre-click mistakes. Treatment's easy. Treatment with Boudoir Pico takes about a week. And we achieve pre-click alignment. We become a dominant Boudoir advertiser with Boudoir Brain Entry Boost. So that's our full universe here. So my residency, went out there, found some Boudoir Facebook ads out in the wild, brought them back to the hospital. First one, brought it back to the hospital, tested it. Unique CTRL, 4.3%. All right, so unique CTRL under 6% means that BLCS is present. And so duplicated it, treated with Boudoir Pico, took about a week, and we got the unique CTRL up to 6.88%. So much better. So we found out the original Boudoir Facebook ad was wasting 37% of ad spend. So if they're spending 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, or on the original, now they only need to spend 6,300 bucks a month on the Boudoir Pico treated ad. They get their ad into the same number of women's brains in both scenarios. So that 3,700 bucks a month that they no longer have to spend, they pocket it, literally like a phantom profit. If they found some money, between the seat cushions that they keep, they no longer have to spend. And that is literally, a bonus every single month for as long as they keep spending their ad spend. So after a year, that's like 40K. So a second ad brought it to the hospital, found its unique CTRL. After testing, it was 1.39%. So unique CTRL under 6%. We know that BLCS is present. And so we duplicated, treated with Boudoir Pico, took about a week, got the unique CTRL up to 9.13%. So we found out the, original was, I think, 84% of ad spend spent on it. So if we were to actually, if we're spending 10 grand a month on the original Boudoir Facebook ad, and we actually, now we only need to spend 1.6 grand a month on the Boudoir Pico treated Facebook ad and get our ad into the same number of women's brains in both scenarios. And the business owner can now pocket that 8,400 bucks a month back in their pocket, no longer have to spend it, no longer have to waste it. It's kind of like a phantom bonus each and every month. And that's like 100K at the end of the year, at the end of 12 months. And finally, had a patient come in, unique CTRL, so Boudoir Facebook at 5.03%. So we did our Boudoir Pico treatment, took about a week, and got the unique CTRL up to 15.35%. So we found out his original was wasting 67% of its ad spend. So if he was spending 10 grand a month on the original Boudoir Facebook ad, now he only needs to spend $3,300 a month on the Boudoir Pico treated Facebook ad. And in order to get his ad into the same number of women's brains in both scenarios. So at $6,700 a month, he no longer has to spend. That means he can pocket that, kind of like a phantom bonus, every single month. And for next year, that's like an 80K phantom bonus. Doesn't have to serve any more clients, doesn't have to do any extra work, nothing like that. Now, we also know the average Boudoir Facebook ad with BLCS is wasting about 50% of its ad spend. I mean, look at the numbers here, wasting 37%, wasting 84%, wasting 67%. I mean, average these numbers up, average is somewhere between 50 to 60%. So if they're spending, 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, approximately 5K every single month or 60K over the next year, we can eliminate, put back in the business owner's pocket, and they do not have to do any extra work. Put it back in the Boudoir photographer's pocket, 5K a month, 60K over the next 12 months approximately. So now we're going to get here, we're going to diagnose this if we believe it has Boudoir low click syndrome. First thing I'm looking at is, all right, so we got the, Boudoir, basically the below creative cluster mistake. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is that we're actually trusting what Facebook tells us to fill out for our ad is best for us and not for Facebook. But actually the consequence is way more women scrolling by our Boudoir Facebook ad than necessary, which actually pulls our unique CTRL under 6%, contributes to BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome, and Facebook actually makes more money per unit time from this because more women scrolling faster ad per unit time. Facebook can serve more ads per unit time. That's why Facebook recommends us to do this. Next, we'll look at the creative. All right. Hey, this one doesn't. All right, no mistake here. All right. Next, we'll look at the see more headline. First 2 3/4 lines, Facebook newsfeed mobile. So let's see what we've got. We got Wave Boudoir session. Hey, you're the right, Boudoir by Amy. All right, so I would say, yeah, this one we got the lack of context mistake. Again, super normal, super common. And the false belief that causes us to make this mistake is, that kind of believe in this headline is just, nothing special when actually it's 80% of our ad spend. So we're not really focused too much on it. And we're lacking context of who we actually need to bring in. So consequence of this, way more women scrolling by our Boudoir Facebook ad than necessary. And as a result, pulls our unique CTR down under 6% and contributes to BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. So my diagnosis, do I believe this Boudoir Facebook ad has BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome, aka a unique CTR under 6%? Yes, I do. I believe BLCS is present in this one. So if you're a BLCA with BLCS, a Boudoir low click advertiser with Boudoir low click syndrome, and you're spending more than 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, and you're looking around at the market, you're seeing more Boudoir photographers enter the market every single day. Someone gets a new iPhone, all of a sudden they're throwing up a Google Maps profile saying they do Boudoir photo shoots, or they get a new camera and they're you know, they get a new camera and then they're posting in the mom groups that they now do boudoir photo shoots. So it's basically more competition for the same number of buyers. So it's getting more competitive, more saturated out there in the marketplace. And, so, and you're also seeing inflation and living costs, cost of living, taking that into account. So you've already been optimizing your business, um, trying to pull out more profit for ideally, less input, less work. Um, Try to get a jump on all this and remain competitive. And you see Boudoir Pico can, save you approximately 5K in wasted boudoir ad spend. Eliminate that, about half the ad spend being wasted, and eliminate that and put that 5K back in your pocket instead of the Zuck's pocket, and that'd be approximately 60K over the next 12 months. And so you want this outcome, and you also want to achieve pre-click alignment to become a dominant boudoir advertiser with Boudoir Brain Entry Boost, because you need this to achieve that on your path to becoming the #1 boudoir photographer in your city. Then shoot me a DM, and well, I don't have any. My patient intake is closed right now, but shoot me a DM, and when my patient intake opens, so my DMs are closed, but patient intake's closed. But when my new patient intake opens, my DMs are open. Shoot me a DM, and we'll see if you qualify for the Boudoir Pico treatment.